The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the Missouri Tigers taking on the winners of 6 straight, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Missouri about to kick off. They'll lift the lid on this one. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll give it to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll try the run. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
The basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it, but you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations of USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them there.
They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Defense, and it's wet, and it's rainy. You know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. They're going to run it to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a third down. They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for a crease to the left. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Give to the single back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They go to the ground. Running into the open space. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 40-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback checking off. On second down, he's looking downfield. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Makes the catch, and he's wrestled to the ground.
I don't know what you want to do. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. He's just got such elusiveness. You see him, he's getting outside the pocket, he's making you miss, and then all of a sudden he's throwing completions. I got no answers for him.
Here's the handoff. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
Missouri 7, USC 0.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. They'll try to run for it. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
They'll run it here on the jet sweep. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
He was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They tried to set up that screen. The problem was, David, they left a big hole in it for the tackle.
And just a great job by the defense. Like, that's a fool you play. That's a trick you play. It gets you to run upfield, rush the passer, slip it behind you. The defense did not bite. Great play. Great job stopping him on third down.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Fires to the big fella. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
After 45 on its way. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first in the half as they'll make some adjustments. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Give to the back. Afterbirth. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, USC. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? And it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. UConn has the lead right now. Husky hysteria has been palpable all week across the state, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Michigan. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Fires downfield. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds his tight end. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and something. USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. How
How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Looking to move it through the air. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
Did a great job on the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, getting him making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Fires to the middle. And this sophomore's going to learn you can't force that type of pass. Very lucky to get it back.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's kind of settling himself down a little.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Pulls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
The quick out. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. It'll be a draw. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Missouri wants to go fast. Gives it to the back on the draw. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Trojans. Boy, Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
17, USC 14.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Offense getting set for first down. He'll start this third quarter with a run. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. It's Gage. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Try to get it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the eye.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You can tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The Trojans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loses 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Touchdown, Southern Cal! They take the lead with the 6.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Oh, that's like blowing the layup or the 3-inch putt. Missed the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had 0 problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession play.
Now they'll run the draw. Makes a man miss. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run, too. Great play call.
Quick pass on the fly motion. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play. And that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Catches it at the 30. Looking everywhere for room to run with really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything's working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The give to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40.
29 Philly. 2.
Off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Not a lot on the return.
Take over.
With that as they've got it at the 49.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
On the option. He'll toss it to the 15. Finds a crease at the 20. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, bringing all these tight ends in the game, you'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result,
Fires and picked off. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
I'll tell you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there, and you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And the pass hits, picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Pulled and finds his man on the left. Got room at the 35. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Going to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Missouri! And they take it in for 6 more points.
His defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown.
USC 20.
The kickoff unit about to go to work.
15. Sets the kickoff.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Take over. First and 10.
Sending the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear them.
Got a lot of running room. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass and make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. And the Trojans get enough for the first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Touchdown, Trojans! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the 4th quarter. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try to hit the sideline on the jet sweep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. They'll try it over the left side. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to take off. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Power football with the run. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now.
Throws toward the end zone. And the ball is picked off. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Still running at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. Running inside the 20. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, USC.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. The Tigers moving quickly to the line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. They'll run it with the jet sweep. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestled him down short of the 1st down.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
So that's going to do it for us.